the Australia trip, you're in high demand. We talked about this last time you were on. I mean, you train all over the country. You're based here in the DFW Metroplex, but you train all over the country. You've trained internationally. We'll just use this Australia experience as an example. How did they hear of you, and then how did they connect with you in order to set that whole training 10 days up down under?
So that was those guys. I do conferences. There's 3 biggest world conferences in the world for law enforcement military. 2 are called Police K9 Magazine, Police K9 Conference. That one is in in Las Vegas. And then there's a K9 Cup, and that one is in Nashville. And then there's the third one is called HITS. So I teach. I'm one of a very few instructors at those biggest conferences. So I have people come into my classes from all over the world. On one of my pages, you can see that we have, in my class, there's guys from Switzerland, Sweden, Greece, Mexico, everywhere. So the Special Forces and SAS guys were in my class in Nashville conference. And before that, those guys saw me on the other conference too. So they were just interested. They liked what I was showing there. And then there was another gentleman in Australia. He's working with the military forces there, and he's the one that put it all together.
That's awesome. They reach out to you. They say, we want you to come down and train with, you said, the military police, special forces,
Air Force,
the Air Force,
and infantry.
And the infantry. And were you doing like 2 days with one company, 2 days with another, or did you have them all there for all 10 days, all in one place?
So I don't know how much I can say about this or not,
Yeah.
but it was really well organized, and we had 20 plus, 25, 30. I'm not really sure about the number.
Handlers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, from different companies.
Were you guys working on mostly like training and control? Were you focusing down, if you can't get too detailed on this?
We worked on a lot of things.
On a lot
of things.
I'm curious about how dogs are being used worldwide to curb or stem the flow of fentanyl, which is getting everywhere. It's just a synthetic form of heroin that comes from China. Is that something that is hard to train? Maybe a dog that's already trained to sniff out other types of drugs, is that hard to retrain a dog to, or are they already so smart and so keen on you or whoever's training them that you
I see where you're getting at. So,
yeah.
So
because it's synthetic. They make it with like chemicals. Like, how do you even? I know dogs.
They everything has an odor. Every molecule that exists has an odor. So it does have an odor. Actually, strong for the dog is strong odor. Fentanyl. Most agencies do not want to teach the dogs to detect fentanyl at all.
Why?
Liability, right? So either you have to have absolutely flawless training when it's very similar to explosive detection, right? So if you imagine dog is smelling the odor just vaguely, am I saying that right?
Vaguely.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yep. You're good.
You need to teach the dog to immediately back up and give you the alert and do not go any closer, because the regular most common practice in United States for detection narcotics is teaching the dog to find a source. Well, at the moment when dog finds a source and it is a fentanyl, he might die.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I didn't really think.
So it's the same thing.
So
like with
potent that.
Yes. I as I was driving up here, I just saw there's a news that police officer almost died. She did search in the vehicle, touch of fentanyl, immediately just through the skin, overdosed, and she was on a bad way. So
Wow.
So you have to immediately administer a Narcan and try to do what you can. But with dogs, it's very dangerous because if a dog is looking for a source, gets to fentanyl and sniffs it in through his nose, when you have millions of vessels, immediately goes into the system, dog overdoses. And because they have 40, 50, 60 pounds, not like 250 pounds, that little amount will kill them.
I wish 250. I'm working on it.
Hey, I decided to be nice today.
You look like you're gonna hit 250 pretty soon.
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ,
no,
throwing the strongman logs around.